Hey friends, Dan Przowski from allaboutminibikes.com talking about the difference of mini bikes and mini cycles. And there's a lot of opinions on this, and basically that's what it is, opinions, because if you go back to 1959 when the Macrina brothers built the first mini bikes, the Little Indians, to what they were, basically you had to push them to start them, and totally different throttle hookup, everything was totally different, motors and all, to what you got out there on the market today. But I'm going to show you some of what we have today, and I'll start with my oldest mini bike, which this here is a 1969 Sears Runabout. And this bike, as you can see, has no suspension on it whatsoever. There's minimal amounts of bends in the tubing. The fork's even straight up and down. There's not even a bend up here at the seats. Very, very basic. A bar down there for the foot pegs. It has a 2.5 horsepower Tecumseh motor, pull start, and you brake this one by pushing down on a pedal that's on the side. It's spring activated. It takes a piece of metal and pushes it against the rear tire, and that's how you stop. There's no handbrake, no drum brake, no disc brake, just that foot brake is it. So that's the oldest from 1969. If you take a look at this one, this here is a Minico 1970 Ramjet, like the exact one like I had when I was a kid, minus the headlight. On this one, you can see that it has suspension in the front. It has suspension in the back. It actually has front foot pegs and rear foot pegs for a buddy to ride on the back. It has a gas tank that is separate from the motor, unlike the other mini bike we just looked at, but it still has a 4 horsepower Tecumseh motor that's a pull start, okay? I still consider this a mini bike. Other people call it a mini cycle. Why? Because it has suspension on it and the gas tank is up here. Again, why would I maybe consider it a mini bike still? Well, it's the first one I had. I was a kid. I'd seen these in the magazines for Sears and J.C. Penney and that. This was bought up locally in Toledo by a place called Homer's Cycle Shop that's actually still open. Doesn't sell mini bikes though. And anyway, so to me, that's still a mini bike, but because it has shocks, other people consider that a mini cycle. And there's only 1 year difference in there. If I go over to here, this is the Motovox. That's the bike that got me back into it, I don't know, 8 years ago, whatever, when I bought it for the kids for Christmas. And the Motovox was out. I bought that at Sears. I got that at Sears, that's right. Picked it up for them for Christmas. The 3 kids liked it. Sarah liked it the best. From there, that's how we started All About Mini Bikes. A couple years later, just because we really liked it. All About Mini Bikes was the first book I read about mini bikes in the early 1970s. The next bike I have is our home build right here, the Little Red Racer. Again, this here is really, I kept it boxy. I did give a lot of height up and down so that you could actually fit the 212 motor in here if wanted to. I like the 79cc. I don't see any sense in going really fast, 25 miles an hour, 30 tops. I've got 8-inch wheels on there, and you know, if you don't fill them up really hard, they act as suspension. They're really, really good. Where the old mini bike here, they're pneumatic tires and everything, but they're of course a lot stiffer, a lot harder, so they're going to give you a rougher ride. The far one down there is a full-fledged mini cycle. That's the 1974 Yamaha YZ80A. So why do I say that's a mini cycle? To me, the mini cycle is a motorcycle to the T, shrunk down for a small rider, and that would be somebody that's 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 16 years old. I believe they still race in the mini cycle class. That's 80cc. That one came out to compete with the Honda XR75, which the first Honda XR75 was 1973. Debate on the 2 bikes, which was better depending on the track, but eventually the YZ80 took over. Why? Because of two-stroke motor. You can just hop those things up like nobody's business, where you have limitations on the 4-stroke. So I love them all, because even though I was into mini bikes, when a buddy pulled up on a 74 Honda XR75, you could not help but love that bike. They were bulletproof. They ran good. Everything was good with them. Okay, so I love them both. And we saved hard to buy ours. The parents didn't. We worked a lot of jobs and stuff. So to me, in my opinion, these are all mini bikes. That's a mini cycle. So leave your comments down below. Be kind with them. Everybody has an opinion. I'm sure that Ray Macrina or Regis Macrina are both still alive today. They built the first mini bikes in 1959. If you ask them what the first mini bikes were, especially the one they went off, a design that was made for a clown that never came to anything, had a 20-inch wheelbase. Think about that, 20-inch wheelbase. they would probably consider that a mini bike, that if you didn't have it that size with those old motors on there. A Clinton, a 2-stroke, didn't have a twist throttle cable on there. Everything was different. Anyway, so please share with your friends. Give it a like, a thumbs up. It's my opinion. You can put yours down below. Be kind, because everybody loves mini bikes regardless of what somebody else may consider a mini bike or a mini cycle. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching, and keep it up.